Well, and welcome to the Al Zarour Stadium in Baghdad as Al Shorta take on the AFC Champions League Elite holders, Al Ahli of Saudi Arabia. And a big night for both teams. Al Shorta in search of their first victory in the competition so far. It's been a disappointing campaign for the Iraqi Stars League champions. And games are beginning to run out if they are to avoid a repeat of last season's league stage exit. They simply have to win tonight and probably win their last two remaining games in February as well. Well, Al Ahli, the maths is quite simple for them. They know that 3 points here will see them qualify for the knockout stage. Currently in fourth place with 3 wins, a draw, and that upset loss at home to Sharjah last time out. They would have been already qualified had they won as expected. Al Hilal and Al Wada are now tracked up, already through to the knockout stage. Will Al Ahli join them, last season's defending champions? Well, it's a 6th meeting between these two clubs. Al Ahli have won 4 of the previous 5, just the one loss, which was a 2-1 defeat in Baghdad some 5 years ago now in the old group stage of the AFC Champions League. But the Saudi Arabian side have won the last 3 meetings, including a 5-1 win in the league stage last season. In the 2 meetings, though, in Baghdad, it is 1 win for Al Ahli, 1 win for Al Shorta. Well, Sharjah perhaps showed Al Shorta the way by beating the defending champions last time out, which ended a really long unbeaten run in this competition from Al Ahli. It was the first defeat in this season's competition, but it also ended a 22-match unbeaten run at this level of club competition for Al Ahli. And they'll be desperate to return to winning ways. Their last defeat prior to the loss to Sharjah was a 5-2 loss away to Estelal in April of 2021. Well, domestically, things are going well for Al Ahli. They are unbeaten in the Saudi Pro League, lying 4th after 9 games, albeit 8 points behind Al Nassr, Cristiano Ronaldo's side, who have been perfect so far this season with 9 wins out of 9. Al Shorta themselves domestically find themselves in 4th spot after 6 games, 4 behind the leaders Erbil, having played a game less though. They won the opening 3 league games of the domestic season before a 1-0 loss to the league leaders. So Al Shorta very much the underdogs here. It's their 3rd match against a Saudi Pro League side in the West League. They lost 4-1 to Al Ittihad here on match day 3, and then were beaten 4-0 by top of the table Al Hilal last time out. Just 2 wins in their last 6 in all competitions. Al Ahli themselves haven't won in 2 since a 2-1 win against Al Qadisiyah in their last Saudi Pro League game. They've lost just 2 of their last 20 in all competitions. One of those defeats, though, in the FIFA Intercontinental Cup, when they were beaten by Egyptian side Pyramids by 3-1. So Al Ahli's unbeaten run ended, but certainly not their hopes of qualifying for the round of 16 and the knockout stage once again, having lifted this trophy for the first time in the club's history last season. Well, Al Shorta have been going well domestically in recent times, winning the title last season for the 8th time in their history and for the 4th successive season, but have really struggled to step up to the continental stage. They finished with 6 points last season, just 1 point adrift of Paktikor, the side who qualified with 7 points in 8th place. But there were 2 sides on 7 points that didn't qualify for the knockout stage, Persepolis and Al Gharafa. If they lose here, 7 will be the maximum that Al Shorta can gain. They really do need to come away with something tonight, but even a point may not ultimately be enough. Two sides make their way out then into this wonderful, compact, modern arena in Baghdad. The home for Al Shorta on these Champions League evenings. And those home supporters desperate to see a big upset here. But surely Al Ahli won't slip up again as they did last time out. So just two matches will remain in the league stage after this evening for these two sides, as the competition will take a break until February, when those decisive final two games will be played. Al Hilal, Al Wada, and now Tractor all through to the knockout stage. Can Al Ahli book their spot in the next 90 minutes? They're unbeaten in 8 games away from home in all competitions, 6 wins, 2 draws on their travels this season. Well, Ahmed Yahya is suspended for Al Shorta after his red card against Al Hilal, so they make 3 changes from the team that was heavily beaten in Riyadh. Hassan Rayed comes in for his second AFC Champions League Elite appearance this season, but his first start. Mahmoud Al-Mawas returns for appearance number 5, while goalkeeper Ahmed Bazil, the regular first choice, replaces Hassan Ahmed in goal. Dominic Mendy is Al Shorta's only starter tonight to have scored in the competition this season in the 1-1 draw here with Qatar's Al Sadd on match day 1. They have only scored twice so far in their opening 5 games. And Al Nakbi of the United Arab Emirates is the man in charge. Full complement of Emirati officials for the match this evening. Well, goalkeeper Edouard Mendy and Riyad Mahrez are both away with their countries at the Africa Cup of Nations, but even so, Matthias Jaisler fields a much stronger team than the side that slipped up against Sharjah last time out and makes 5 changes. Meri Demiral comes into the defence with Valentin Atangana brought into midfield. Brazilians Galeno and Mateus also start in midfield. Ivan Toney is restored up front. He's looking, though, for his first goal in the AFC Champions League Elite League stage this season. So time to get the job done for Al Ahli. Victory here would move them on to 13 points, beyond the reach of those below the cut-off line of the top 8 in the West Region League stage. Al Gharafa, Al Shorta and Nassab, the teams battling with Al Shorta to try and get into the top 8 and the knockout stage. The Iraqi champions, though, very much up against it. So we're underway at the Al Zahra Stadium in Baghdad. Al Shorta against Al Ahli. And the home side on the front foot almost immediately. Demiral getting across and getting the block in. Al Shorta in the green tonight. Al Ahli all in white. And a throw for the Saudi Pro League side, touched off by Mateus Martins to Roger Ibanez. Now Shorta have to start positively here. Lionel Mbida looking to get on the end of that one early on. And I know there's going to be an early wave of pressure, the defending champions. Mohamed Soliman, the coach of Al Shorta, 51-year-old Egyptian, a former left-back during his playing days, is Atangana to Ibanez. Ivan Toney. And his most prolific season so far, Ivan Toney. 9 goals in all competitions, but just 5 in the Saudi Pro League. Has yet to score in the Champions League. Matthias Jaisler, just 37 years of age, been in charge since July of 2023. Former German under-21 international in his playing days. Galeno with the throw. And that's behind for a corner for Al Ahli. Their most recent match saw them win a penalty shootout against Al Qadisiyah in the Kings Cup quarter-final. So they've moved into the last 4 of one of the Saudi Cup competitions, the Kings Cup, the most important one. Galeno with the delivery. Header away by Mehdi Ashabi. Now Al Shorta looking for the counter. Here's Hussein El Saadi. Clipped it over the top towards Ahmed Farhan is Dominic Mendy. Such a key man in the centre of that Al Shorta midfield. Has a fine strike on him as well, should he get sight of the Al Ahli goal at any point. Al Shorta back in possession of the ball, but Ahmed Farhan just dispossessed. They've got it back again, though. They're fighting for everything as they have to tonight. Not there to stand any chance of getting anything out of this game. And they do have a free kick. Lionel Mbida, the player fouled. And an opportunity here. Mahmoud El Mawas may well fancy it. It was a clear tug on the shirt from Atangana. Sambi on his toes. Not played too much football lately. Al Ahli have not been involved in Saudi Pro League action since the previous match day in the Champions League Elite. Free kick is over the wall and well over the bar as well. He's a player capable of much better than that as well. Now Sambi. Solid header forward, but perhaps too solid. Now, Shorta, like Al Ahly, have not played a league game since they lost 4-0 to Al Hilal. Their 4th successive league stage defeat. After earning a point on the opening day against Al Sadd, it's all gone horribly wrong for them. Ziad Al Jahani. Too much on that though for Mateus Martins, and this is Mustafa Sandoun. They're actually unbeaten in 9 away from home in this competition, 7 wins and 2 draws. Their last defeat on their travel was that 5-2 loss against Esteghlal in Tehran in April of 2021. That was their last defeat anywhere until they were upset by Sharjah. Well, Ivan Toney has been constantly in the referee's ear in the opening 6 minutes of the game. Atangana is the player down. Back on his feet again. He was born in Cameroon, but has represented France from under 17 to under 21 level. He's still only 20 Atangana. Joined Al Ahly from Rams. Mehdi Ashabi. All the way back to Ahmed. Hits it forward, but Ibanez is there with the header away. One back by Mendy. Mendy pounced upon immediately by Ziad. Now Galeno. There's Toney in the centre. Galeno takes the long route round. And now Shorta get it away. Here's Mendy. Even without Riyad Mahrez, there's some real quality in the attacking ranks of Al Ahly with Galeno and Martins. Not to mention Ivan Toney up front. Hussein. Al-Mawas onto Mendy. Crossed into the penalty area early on, and then the header just past the post from Lionel Mbida. Al-Mawas applauds the quality of the delivery. It was Al-Mawas who got his head to it. I thought initially Mbida had got a touch on that, but it was Al-Mawas. Got the better of Meri Demiral, the Turkish centre-back there, which will be a concern for Al Ahly. Ahmed Farhan with the throw to Al-Mawas. Abdul Razak. Now a bit of space for Mendy. Caught in possession though, Mendy. Al Ahly getting bodies forward here. Ambitious effort, and was there a deflection on that from Munaf Yusuf? Indeed there was. It is a corner. Positive play from Fahad. Won both their last home games. Al Shorta both in the Iraqi Premier League. 4 wins from 6 this season. Hussein getting a foot to that. Galeno sends it back in. Deep delivery, and Toney was offside. Historic season last time out in winning this competition for Al Ahly, but a disappointing domestic campaign where they finished 5th, 16 points behind the champions Al Ittihad. Club who have reached the final 3 times, losing way back in 1986 and more recently in 2012 before last season's success. Ghana battling to win the ball but lost out. Al Mawas finds Mendy. Now Galeno. Farhad has made the run inside him. There's Demirel. Now Ibanez. Mateo Dams with a bit of space to use, but spreads it wide instead to Galeno. 1 or 2 appeals for handball. And Ziad Al Yahani wins the throw. All action midfielder Dominic Mendy in there for Al Shorta. Not part of the Senegal squad in Morocco for the Cup of Nations. Plenty of distance on the throw, but the whistle has gone. A bit of pushing and shoving in there. Spotted by Adel Al-Nakbi. Scored in that 3-3 draw with Al Qadisiyah in the Kings Cup Ivan Toney, a game that went all the way through extra time and then to penalties. Ahmed Farhan, the player down after the challenge of Majrashi. Throw for Al Shorta. Majrashi trying to challenge again. It's Mateus Martins who comes up with the ball, but now it's with Dominic Mendy. Mendy again. Al Mawas. Space for Hussein El Sadi. Too much on it though for Al Mawas. He's lively though. Syrian international with over a century of caps. It's been at Al Shorta for 4 seasons now. Ghana. Demirel. Looking to switch the play out to Galeno. The header away though by Mustafa. Al Mawas gets his foot to it. Here's Mendy. Hussein. Al Mawas. Ahmed Farhan pulling wide to give a bit more space on that far side. Munaf Youssef all the way back to Ahmed Bazil. And then the flag up. The Cameroonian Mbida coming back from a offside position. Here's Demirel. Ibanez. Space on this near side again for Galeno. Demirel spotted the run of Mazraoui, who did well to get there. He's under pressure from Hassan Rayed. And it's an Shorta throw. It did look a foul, actually, didn't it, from Hassan Rayed? Kicked the back of Mazraoui's legs. Assistant on the far side, though, just signalling for a throw and nothing more. Ahli right back is okay, though. And it's just a throw for Shorta, which Hassan Rayed will take. It's been given away, though, to Mateus. Mehdi Ashabi across. And a somewhat surprising early statistic that Shorta have had more of the ball. Here's Ibanez. I think anybody would have expected that. Here's Mustafa Sadoun. And Bida losing his footing. Here's Mendy, though. Touch off by Al-Mouaz. Mendy. Ahmed Farhan. A lot of possession, but most of it's been in front of the Al-Ahli rear guard at the moment. Haven't really got in behind the Saudi Pro League side. Here's Munaf Youssef. Draw here for Al-Ahli would see them move on to 11 points. So that wouldn't be qualification just yet. As I was saying, 7 points was just about enough to qualify last season. 8 definitely enough, so they already have 10, so should be there, but I'm sure would like to wrap it up with a couple of games to spare. What Shorta would give for a repeat of that 2-1 win against Al-Ahli over 5 years ago now. Ibanez clears it away up towards Tony. Beaten to it though by Mustafa Sadoun. There's Hussein. Swings across in towards Mbida. Hussein gets it back again from the Cameroonian. Al-Ahli have doubled up. It's a good little ball though to Mbida, who gets the shot away. And there was a touch on that. It is a corner for Shorta. What can they work from here? Chance to get the likes of Mehdi Ashabi and Munaf Youssef forward. Hussein delivers, but straight into the hands of Al Sambi. Demirel. Ibanez. Tangana had to stretch just to get a toe to that, and Munaf takes it away. Mustafa, good ball to Dominic Mendy. And Bida couldn't control, and now Ibanez brings it out. He's overrun that though. And Mehdi Ashabi finds Ahmed Farhan. Al Moas lost it, the shot's deflected, and that's going to be another Al Shorta corner. Decent effort from Ahmed Farhan. Exchange of passes, albeit somewhat unwittingly, from Al Moas. Well, the opening 20 minutes has certainly given some hope to those Al Shorta supporters. Al Moas to deliver. Four right in there on the goal line, including Mehdi Ashabi, to put Al Sambi under pressure. It's taken short though instead, and then driven in through the crowd, and that could have gone anywhere. It has gone behind for another corner. Abdul Razak Kazim hitting it. Blocked away by Venderson Galeno, the Brazilian. And Shorta keeping up this pressure. Galeno's header away. Abdul Razak shifts it on one more though to Hassan Rayed. Now Mustafa to Hussein. Well, looking to switch up the play, but there was nobody there. It was only the industry of Dominic Mendy that made sure they didn't lose possession there, Al Shorta. Accidental collision, says the referee. Fahad Al Rashidi felt he was being fouled. Ziad. Here's Ibanez. That's a wayward ball from the Brazilian centre-back. Munaf Yusuf, Mendy. Mehdi Ashabi. Slide rule pass from Munaf Yusuf. Now Dominic Mendy. Oh, that's a lovely delivery. Out to Ahmed Farhan. Couldn't get by Mazrashi though. He won the tackle, and then the spare ball as well. And that is a foul on Mateus Martins, and it's a free kick for Al Ahly. (4-2) winners against Nasaf Kashi in their opening game, a 2-2 draw with Outer Hale. For an impressive 4-0 win against Al Gharafa and a 2-1 win against Al Sadd. Cruising their way into the knockout stage until the 1-0 loss to Sharjah. Two matches against Emirati teams for Al Ahly to finish off the league stage in February against Al Wada, who are already through, and Shabab Al Ahly. Here's Ibanez. Just 2 goals scored and 12 conceded in their 5 Champions League games so far. Ahmed Bazil, the header by Ziad. Now Fahad. Oh, clips it across. Mateus with the header, looking for Tony. Mehdi Ashabi did well. Distribution not the best though. Majrashi plays it back in, and Hassan Rayed puts it behind for a corner for Al Ahly. Such a threat. The England international, the former Brentford man. Demiral forward, Ibanez up there as well. Mateus Martins to deliver the corner. It's getting quite physical at the set pieces at both ends. Played towards the edge of the penalty area. Not sure what he had in mind there, Mateus Martins, but it didn't really work out for him. Now Moas looking for Ahmed Farhan. There's Galeno. Up towards Tony. And now Mendy. Just not happening for either side in the final third at the moment. Mendy back to Mehdi Ashabi. Hussein. Matteo Dams, the Belgian left back, with the clearance away. Here's Mendy. Abdul Razak, Mendy. Those two, a really good partnership in the centre, Mendy and Abdul Razak for Al Shorta. There's Mateus. Switches it out to Dams, who has space and time. Galeno. Support offered from Ziad. Here's Ibanez. Space for Dams, who stayed forwards. Beats the first man, gets the cross in, but Mehdi Ashabi with the header away. And that's going to be behind for a goal kick from Mary Demiral. (27) now, Demiral. Played in Italy for the likes of Juventus and Atalanta. Loan spell with Sassuolo too. And has been capped at every level for Turkey. 61 for the full national team. There's Galeno. Lively opening half an hour from Vanderson Galeno. That's well played by Fahad. Taken away though by Mehdi Ashabi. Mr. Reliable at the back for Al Shorta. Mustafa did well. Ibanez won it, was strong in the tackle as well. Ibanez slides it through for Tony. Galeno still in support, Tony squares it, and Ibanez scores it. And it is Al Ahly who get the breakthrough bang on the half-hour mark. Roger Ibanez, the Brazilian centre-back, really positive play from him, setting up Ivan Toney, who couldn't add the finishing touch, but kept his cool and played it back to the Brazilian, who does give Al Ahly the lead. in the 31st minute. And the atmosphere has been popped like a balloon here. Cool play that was from Ivan Toney. And Ibanez did the rest. It's not the type of goal you'd expect a centre-back to normally score, but it's fantastic the way he brought the ball forward. So positive from Ibanez. And opens his account in the AFC Champions League Elite this season with his first goal and just his second goal in all competitions. There's only other one coming in the Saudi Super Cup, so it's one of those competitions, isn't it? A Super Cup, whether you want to include it in the season's tally. Here's Mendy. Ahmed Farhan back to Mendy. Found space to get the cross in, and Bida couldn't bring it down. Here's Galeno. A reassuring opening goal for Al Ahly after drawing a blank against Sharjah last time out. Ibanez. Well, the crowd need to find their voices again, don't they? Now Shorta were playing to the rhythm of the noise they were making. Here's Hussein. They're a goal down, but they've not played badly at all. Remember at the start of play, Al Gharafa in 9th spot could only reach 12 points, so a win here would leave Al Ahly on 13 and qualified with a couple of matches still to play in the league stage. 12 minutes to the break here. Roger Ibanez's goal as the defending champions in front, looking to embark on another unbeaten run in this competition, having seen their 22-match run ended by Sharjah. It's a run that encompassed a couple of seasons out of the competition, which is why it stretched back to 2021. Yaisla looking a bit more relaxed than he was against Sharjah. Fair to say, he took a few risks with the team selection in that game that didn't really pay off for him. Short of Mendy and Riyad Mahrez, he's had to go strong here, make sure he gets the job done. And they can concentrate for the next 6 weeks or so on closing the gap on Saudi Pro League leaders Al Nassr. Takes some closing though, the way they're playing. There's Mateus. Raya trying to stick with him. Mateus has done well. It's fired into the penalty area and nobody could get on the end of it. Atangana was in there, Fahad was in there, and Galeno arriving as well. Great work from Ali Hassan Majrashi, the right back. Ivan Toney with his arms out. He avoided the run into the 6-yard box and was waiting for the pullback, but instead Majrashi drove it across and somehow avoided all his teammates. Here's Toney. Ibanez. It's a terrible ball from Al Sambi. Ahmed Farhan picks it up, is Abdul Razak. And clipped into the box towards Al Mawas, but well claimed by Al Sambi to make up for his initial error. Here's Mendy. Munaf Yusuf to Mehdi Ashabi. Mehdi Ashabi again with space to move into. Nobody really showing for him though. Al Ahli more than happy to sit behind the man in possession and not necessarily chase him down to put him under pressure. Hussein. Now Galeno takes it over for Al Ahli. That's Tony in support. Slides it through to Tony. And that's going to be a corner off Mehdi Ashabi. But they're beginning to open up Al Shorta now and find a bit of space in their back line, Al Ahli. It's a really positive start from the home team, as it had to be. Still in search of their first win. They, Al Sadd and the SAF, the three teams still without a win after 5 rounds in the West Region League. Corner number 4 for the Asian champions. Header away by Rayed. As far as Mateus. Galeno. Hussein didn't know too much about that, but won the ball. And Galeno wins it back. Strong play from the Brazilian. And the last touch was off Mateo Dams. It's a Al Shorta throw. And it's quickly taken. Here's Al Mawas, looks for options, fires it across the box. And Ahmed Farhan was off balance. Slams the turf in frustration. They've worked a good few positions in this first half, Al Shorta. Just lack that final bit of quality. Al Mawas is a player you would have expected to deliver that as well, but the ball sat up horribly, and in the end, Ahmed Farhan just shinned it behind. Quick thinking from that throw, and caught Al Ahli on the back foot. Remains 1-0 though. Atangana. Here's Ibanez. Tony. Now Galeno. Farhad plays it back towards Mateus. Heavy touch though from him. Cleared away by Abdul Razak. Abdul Razak again. Good spot to Al Mawas. Yeah, Mendy's done well there under pressure. Seemed as though there was no way out for him until the Al Ahli midfield offered him one. Grab of the shoulder from Atangana. Five minutes to the break. Al Shorta 0, Al Ahli 1. Al Shorta coming into this second to bottom with just 1 point. From their opening 5 games, 4 successive losses. Mustafa. Up towards Mbida. Razak left it for Mendy, who slides it through towards Mbida. Mbida! Oh, it's a big chance. Big chance for Shorta. And Lionel Mbida couldn't take it. Now Sambi was certainly exposed there, but did well. Lovely ball from Mendy. And Mbida stronger than Dams. That's good goalkeeping from Abdul Rahman Al Sambi. Corner for Shorta. Probably feel a bit hard done to be behind. Well, that's the quality they're up against. Same with the outswinger. It's a poor delivery though. Cleared away by Majrashi. Grass on the pitch actually is surprisingly long. You can see it in the close-ups. Oh, it's a poor delivery in. And an easy gather for Al Sambi. It's a surface you'd expect the ball to hold up on. Demirel. Measured ball into Mateus, who controls it brilliantly and finds Galeno. Too much on the ball forward though to Mateus. Munaf Yusuf clears it away. It's back with Galeno. Now Mehdi Ashabi. To Ahmeds. Here's Mendy. Oh, just couldn't stretch and pick up the loose ball. Ibanez cleared it away, and the referee blows for Hussein's foul on Galeno. Demirel. Here's Dams. Ibanez. Demirel again clips that ball forward towards Tony. He loves that little chip delivery, Mehdi Demirel. Galeno almost intercepted. Here's Hussein. Ibanez across. Well, Mustafa did well initially, and now Ibanez brings it away. Dams. Played on by Fahad. Gets the return from Mateus. Fahad delivers in towards Tony. Majrashi on the outside. Here's Mateus, goes for the corner. Ahmed Bazil is there though, the Shorta captain, to beat it away. Save that he should make, in fairness. Abdul Razak. Now on by Hassan Rayed. Mendy. Everything goes through the Senegalese midfielder, and this man as well, Mahmoud El Mouas. Mustafa. Here's Mehdi Ashabi. Mbida did well, really had to fight to win possession of the ball there, and came up with it. Here's Hussein. Swings the cross in, Ibanez with the header away. He'll get another chance to deliver here though. Well, would have done had his control been better, but it was disappointing. And now here's Galeno. Tony in support. Abdul Razak getting back to Galeno, but he's ridden that challenge. Tried to slide it through to Fahad, and it's cleared by Mehdi Ashabi. One back by Dams. Just a minute to be added on at the end of the first half here. Here's Demiral. Now Mateus. Demiral forward again. And the challenge from Mehdi Ashabi, who shows his frustration by hammering the ball into the advertising hoardings. I wonder whether that was going to be a corner or a goal kick. And it looks as though the half-time whistle has gone. Demiral coming forward in a similar fashion to Roger Ibanez that resulted in the opening goal. The assist going to Ivan Toney. But that opening goal, pretty much all the work of the Brazilian Roger Ibanez. As we see that Ahmed Basil save again to deny Mateus Martins. Now Shorta have had their chances though. Lionel Mbida with a really big opening, denied by Al Sambi. Well, this is the moment by which the defending champions lead, Roger Ibanez's first AFC Champions League Elite goal this season, sweeping the ball in after a surging run up the field. And it is a goal that has Al Ahly 45 minutes away from the round of 16 in this competition. Solid first half defensively, and a pretty good one going forward as well from Roger Ibanez. Seal of approval from Matthias Jesler. And at half-time, it is Al Shorta 0, Al Ahly 1. Welcome back to the Al Zarar Stadium in Baghdad. Al Shorta 0, Al Ahli 1 at half-time, a scoreline that will see the holders of the competition through to the knockout stage with 2 games to spare. Roger Ibanez's goal on 31 minutes, the difference. But Al Shorta haven't been without chances too. And the second half underway. As things stand, Al Shorta heading for a 5th straight defeat in the West Region League stage. Mustafa with the foot in. Ibanez sold himself a bit there, and Mendy clipping the ball wide towards Ahmed Farhan. He had half a chance in the first half, set up by Mahmoud Al-Mouas, the Syrian international. This looks like an early problem here for Ali Hassan Majrashi. Although he clipped that forward okay, up towards Fahad. Munaf back to Ahmed. Well, if they don't turn this around and win tonight, Al Shorta, it is going to be almost impossible to qualify from here. They would have to win their remaining 2 games, and even that might not be enough with 7 points. A tally that 2 teams exited the competition with last season. Al-Mouas. And Bida ahead of him. Steps away from Majrashi, who just holds him up. Ahmed Farhan cuts in. Oh, that's a shame. The opening was there, the ball was there to be hit, but he's sliced horribly through it. Downs with the throw to Tony. And there's Mehdi Ashabi. Showed his frustration at the end of that first half. The side had conceded. Here's Atangana. Such a battler, such a competitor, Mehdi Ashabi. In the centre of the Al Shorta defence. Here's Mendy. Ahmed Farhan. Up towards Mbida, who couldn't control. Tangana falling heavily there, but he's okay. Wayward from Mateus, and a throw for Al Shorta. Dominic Mendy seen so much of the ball in that midfield for the home side. Back again from Mbida. Mustafa. Now Hussein. Good turn by Mbida, who's made the opening and then thrashes the ball wide. Forward player, it's fair to say his finishing is not always the best, the Cameroonian. Does have just the 1 cap for the indomitable Lions. Here now, Mbida. Ibanez. Again, Al Shorta not wanting to press too high up the field and leave space in behind themselves for Al Ahli to exploit. Here's Mendy. Abdul Razak. Mehdi Ashabi. Mustafa Sadoun. Cut out again though by Roger Ibanez. He and Demirel have been so solid in the centre tonight for Al Ahli. Just that one big moment for Lionel Mbida in the first half when Al Sambi saved. Just down by Tony. And the whistle's gone though. Flag up again, I think, coming back from a offside position. And Mbida did well. Well, the home fans baying for a foul. Referee says no. Coming together between Mazrashi and Ahmed Fahad. Fahad. Now Ibanez. Spread the play well out to Mateus Martins. Just too much on it though for the Brazilian, but he's done well. Hassan Rayed up against him. Demirel. Cross in towards Tony. That's a race between Fahad and the goalkeeper, and Ahmed Bazil got there first. Mendy. Even Tony's boots just come off. Here's Hussein. Well, played into the centre, but just needed to wait a tad longer. He gets another shot at it. Taking on Dams. And Ibanez, as cool as you like, chests it down for Ziad Al-Yahani, who clears. Abdul Razak. No way through the middle there for Galeno. He's actually having his shirt tugged as he tried to make the run off the ball. Ahmed to Al-Muas. Still going Al-Muas. The angle getting tighter though to deliver the ball. Still has it, the Syrian. Mendy. Now Hussein. Mendy. Looking for the space to try and get the shot away. Mendy can be so dangerous from distance. But here's Tony, who's offside again. Well, he's playing right on the edge of the offside line. Ivan Tony keeps getting caught. Now getting himself embroiled on a bit of a row as well with Munaf Yusuf. That's good goalkeeping from Ahmed Bazil. Tony just playing it in behind for Fahad Al-Rashidi. Hassan Rayed. Mazrashi cutting it out, and there's Mateus. Mehdi Ashabi stepping in though, gets it back from Hassan Rayed. Abdul Razak on by Mendy. Al-Muas out to Hussein. Those two very much the creativity for Al Shorta. Plenty of quality in those attacking positions, Al Shorta, but they really have struggled for goals in this season's competition. Mehdi Ashabi. It's just those finishing touches that aren't quite there. Here's Mehdi. Hassan Rayed. Pressurised by Majrashi. Mehdi Ashabi helps it on. Here's Ahmed. Hussein in support. Atangana got a foot in there though. Combination of he and Ziad Al-Jahani winning the ball back. Here's Tony. Galeno with a good ball through to Tony, who could finish it. It is 2-0. Lovely ball from Venderson Galeno. And Ivan Toney has been injured in the process of scoring the second goal. Finally on the score sheet in the AFC Champions League Elite this season. That's where the ball was won. And then watch this for a ball. Tony back to Galeno. And he splits the Al Shorta defence. Lovely first touch from the English striker. And then just slides the ball in over the line, but he's caught here by the studs of the goalkeeper in the knee, I think. And there's the finish. And then he slides on the surface, and yeah, there's the studs of the Al Shorta goalkeeper, Ahmed Bazil. It's an unfortunate collision, but a painful one for Ivan Toney. Well, he'll be hoping he's okay to carry on, having netted his first of the competition. Tenth goal of the season in what is his 19th appearance in all competitions, and there's been plenty of them for Al Ahly this season. But it is 2-0. And Al Ahly cruising their way towards the knockout stage. It's a brilliantly crafted goal. The exchange in midfield there, questioning whether or not there was a foul there by Atangana in the build-up on Ahmed Farhan. But what came after that was superb play from Ivan Toney and Venderson Galeno. Such a good leader of the line, the English international. Just over half an hour to go then. Al Shorta 0, Al Ahly 2. And the task has just got a whole lot harder for the Iraqi champions. Hassan Rayed to Mendy. Too much on that for Galeno. Well, Shorta, a club who have never bettered their debut season in Asian Champions League football. In 2000, went all the way to the quarter-finals on debut. A quarter-final stage that was played in a group format that season. Shorta finished third behind Al Hilal and Persepolis. Tony and Galeno combining again. Seems to be moving okay after that collision, Ivan Toney. Dams. Now Fahad. Roger Ibanez. Played in towards Atangana, who went down looking for a foul off Mehdi Ashabi. Starting to put some good patterns together now, Al Ahly, in the final third. Well, if there was a foul, it was just on the edge of the box, I think. It's been a difficult campaign for Mohamed Suleiman, the Egyptian coach. He was a Champions League winner in Africa, won the CAF Champions League with Egyptian side Zamalek as a player. It's actually his second spell in charge of Al Shorta. He was in charge between 2021 and 23. Al Moas with the touchback. Shifted on again by Mustafa. Al Moas gets the cross in. It's too close though to Al Sambi. Pained expression on the face of Mahmoud Al Moas. He's given everything for the cause for Al Shorta this evening. And yet still they find themselves 2 down. Abdul Razak, Mendy. Foul by Atangana. It's been a really good midfield battle between those two. Ahmed Fahan. Hassan Raya with the cross in. It was just too high for Hussein. One of the smallest players out there. Very nearly getting on the end of that. Another promising attack though from Al Shorta. It's been an evening of that, but without actually delivering the end product. Tony. Abdul Razak putting him under pressure. It's a neat back heel from Tony though. Here's Galeno. Skips away from Mehdi Ashabi, but not from Munaf Youssef. Shorta continue to have more of the ball, but Al Ahly continue to do more with it. Oh, lovely play. Mateus Martins and Majrashi between them. Mateus across to Ibanez. Mehdi Ashabi sweeping it up for Al Shorta, but it is a throw. Good pressure from Fahad. Majrashi gets a second bite at it. Cleared away though by Munaf. There's Mateus, across to Galeno. Mateus again fires it across invitingly, nobody on the end of it though, in a white shirt. And you get the feeling there could be more goals in this for Al Ahly. double change. And Al Moas is being replaced. Hassan Rayed as well is making way. And Bassam and Hussein coming on. Hussein Jabbar. Here's Mendy. And again, it's given away too easily, and Dams brings it away for Al Ahly. Here's Galeno. And the whistle's gone. The arm of Munaf, but couldn't do a great deal about that. It was from very close range as well. Demiral to Ibanez. Majrashi. Now Ibanez. Galeno, who's been lively. Up against Munaf Yusuf again. Play that behind Atangana though. You never know if Al Shorta could grab one back. Goals can do funny things to games. Al Ahly looking really comfortable at the moment though with this 2-goal advantage. Didn't seem a great deal in that. Does he get trodden on while he's on the ground? Yeah, maybe a little knock to the head. Another difficult Champions League Elite night for Al Shorta. Looking like job done for Al Ahly and Matthias Jaisler. And does he tread on the hand, maybe? Yeah, that's what's happened. Studs in the hand. That's a painful one for Roger Ibanez. More obvious from that angle. Al Ahly about to make their first change. Saleh Abu Al-Shamat about to come on. '23-year-old forwards. He's scored a couple of goals this season, one of them coming in the Champions League Elite. Ibanez getting that bandaged up. And you worry about a broken bone there on the back of the hand, because that is quite a weight to come down on it with the studs as well. Saleh is on for Fahad Al Rashidi. So Banez continuing though, that's the question. Saleh scored in the 4-0 home win against Al Gharafa back in October. And Saleh is on. Another Banez's goal in the first half, putting Al Ahli on their way. Munaf with the touchback to Ahmed Bazil. He's back on and continuing. Roger Ibanez. No doubt in some pain with that hand. It's been well bandaged up. Mustafa's header. Mbida. Strong play from Mbida, and Banez gets the block in though, and then Dams helps him out. It's a clever touch as well to Saleh, the substitute. Here's Jabbar. Hussein Jabbar. Hussein Al-Saidi. Now Majrashi brings it away. Saleh. Ball through for Galeno to chase, and Galeno has got there, and Galeno finishes it off. 3-0 for Al Ahli. And Saleh, the substitute, certainly played his part in that. And it caps off a fine individual display from the Brazilian. And with 18 minutes to go, the defending champions are cruising into the knockout stage. Al Shorta coming up short again in this competition. And one or two of their supporters have seen enough. Majrashi did brilliantly here when he wins the ball, and then Saleh, the substitute, lovely measured ball out to Galeno, who had the speed and strength to hold off Mustafa Sadoun, and the composure just to clip the ball past Ahmed Bazil and into the net. His first goal in this competition, and only his second goal of the season. Now Shorta 0, Al Ahli 3. Very much job done for Matthias Jaisler. Much better performance than they produced last time out against Sharjah when they were beaten at home. And this, remember, without Riyad Mahrez or Franck Kessié. Tony was on target. Ahmed with the save. He's got the taste for it now, having gotten his goal-scoring campaign up and running in this competition. Mendy. Abdul Razak. Sam Shakir. Hussein Al-Saidi. Mbida. Banez right there, as he's been all night. Not only has he out-defended the Cameroonian striker, he's outscored him as well. Difficult night for Lionel Mbida. Quarter of an hour to go. Shorta heading for another loss. Ivan Toney didn't get it away, and Bida played it back across. Ibanez was there. Still the danger's not over, blocked by Mazrashi. It's going to be a fifth defeat in 6 meetings against Al Ahly. Forward by Ahmed Bazil. Now Mateus. Galeno in space alongside him. Shifted out instead to Ziad. Now Mateus. Ivan Toney just couldn't control it. And that is a free kick for the foul on Mbida. Well, this is a 10th home game in this competition against clubs from Saudi Arabia. They're heading for their 8th loss. Abdul Razak. A 2-1 win against Al Ahly in 2020 was a rare win indeed for Al Shorta against clubs from Saudi Arabia. Mehdi Ashabi. Ibanez. No way through there for Shakir. 3 bodies to aim for in the penalty area though, should Mustafa put it in. Well, Shorta won't be confirmed as out, despite the fact they've only got a point, but that could change when Al Ittihad play tomorrow. Their exit from the competition could well be confirmed then. Al Ahly know they're through, no matter what happens elsewhere. So Mustafa Sadoun is off. And sure to make their 3rd change, bringing on Mohamed Dawood. Beaten away. And now the flag goes up. Well, Mendy, so capable from distance. It's the first side of goal he's had. And look at that reaction from Mustafa Sadoun. It's been that sort of night for Al Shorta. It's been that sort of season for them in the AFC Champions League Elite. Sam Shakir. Atangana. Mateus helping it on. Mehdi Ashabi steps in. Here's Mendy. Continues to take the fight forward, even though they are 3 goals down here. Gets it back from Shakir. Sam Shakir again. Chased away, though, by Ziad El Yahani. Abdul Razak. Mehdi Ashabi. Hussein Jabbar. shifting the ball around but not making any real progress here. Mendy gets it back again. Abdul Razak. Al Ahli been so well disciplined defensively. Hussein El Saidi, that's a better ball. Hussein Jabbar. White wall closes ranks again though. Here's Ivan Toney. Clips it across the far side. And it's driven into the back of the net by Saleh, the substitute. 4-0. And Al Ahli are going to town here. 10 minutes to go. Now Shorta 0, Al Ahli 4. And now Shorta, for the third time this season, have conceded 4 times against a Saudi Pro League club. Beaten 4-1 here by Al Ittihad on match day 3, 4-0 in Riyadh by Al Hilal. And now the substitute Saleh scores his second Champions League goal this season. And now Shorta on the end again of a 4-goal haul against Saudi Arabian opposition. Now Shorta 0, Al Ahli 4. Now Matthias Jaisler has 2 substitutes ready to go. So the 2 Brazilians off, Mateus Martins and Venderson Galeno. Another double switch. Azawi and Yusuf on. Well, they look a well-beaten side now. Played on by Mendy. Cleared away by Demirel. Mateus Martins making the run through the centre. Cleared away by Mehdi Ashabi. Ali Hassan Majrashi, by the way, the other player to go off. Mateus Martins walked across to the near side as if he was to be substituted, but not so. It was the right back. Azawi and Yusuf on instead. Saleh, what a good game he's had. He's come on, assisted a goal and scored one. Quite the cameo from Saleh for Al Ahli. Here's Mendy. Yeah, he was tripped there, free kick. Foul by Ziad Al Yahani. And Bida loses out to Mateus. Too much on it though for Saleh. There's Mendy. Bassam Shakir, oh, it's driven over the top. Now Sambi was certainly concerned. That was a decent attempt from Bassam Shakir, the substitute. Skipped away from Ibanez, found the space to get the shot away, but just underneath it. No touch on that from Al Sambi. Two best efforts of the second half have both come from distance. Dominic Mendy and now Bassam Shakir. Solid header from Demiral. Well, here's Mateus, who might go alone. Saleh is up in support. Mateus still going and beaten away by Ahmed Bazil at his near post. Could have squared that there, and Saleh would have been in again. They've got the taste for this, Al Ahly. They want more goals. Here is Saleh in behind, pulls it back across. They're queuing up for it, and it is 5 for Al Ahly. And now Shorta being torn apart here. Ziad Al-Yahani, the defensive midfielder, getting in on the act now. And with 5 minutes to go, it is Al Shorta 0, Al Ahly 5. And their goal difference is getting to a point now where even if 7 points was enough to be in the conversation, it would be mightily costly for Al Shorta. A point on the opening night of the AFC Champions League Elite this season here is all they have to show. 6 games in now. Couldn't believe his luck, could he? Ziad Al-Yahani just had to thread it through the gap. Two goals in 6 minutes, 3 goals in 14 second half minutes. And a 1-0 half-time lead has become a rout now for Al Ahly, 5-0. And now Shorta will just want to hear the final whistle and get out of here now. Atangana. Well, it's the way to respond to an upset that they suffered against Sharjah last time out. An end to their 22-game unbeaten run in this competition. Tough one to swallow, though, for Mohammed Soliman and the Al Shorta supporters. Al Ahly, though, have just been clinical in this second half. Hussein Al Saidi with the throw. Banyes clears. Yusuf battling for it. Hussein Al Saidi's throw. And Bida, surrounded though by Al Ahly players. Made another double change. Al Ahly. Mohammed Suleiman has come on for Meri Demiral. And Al Zubaidi has come on for Mateus Martins. And 5 changes made now for Al Ahly. That's a good night. Qualification assured with 2 games to spare. The first goal of this season's competition for Ivan Toney. Saleh has come on and been really effective with an assist and a goal. We've still got Cassier Mahrez to come back into this team, and Edouard Mendy. Here's Ivan Toney, fancies another one. Poor strike though from him. He's more than capable of hitting the target from there. Well, they started the evening with such high hopes. Al Shorta, always underdogs of course, but it's the positivity right from the kickoff, taking the game to Al Ahly, trying to get the breakthrough trying to cause an upset and ignite their campaign, which really hasn't got going. And that is it. The referee has blown here. No stoppage time played at all. And Al Ahly, the defending champions, are through to the knockout stage with 2 games to spare. Victory moves them on to 13 points. Ibanez's goal had them 1 up at the break, but in the second half, Tony, Galeno, Saleh and Ziad all getting themselves on the score sheet as Al Shorta were taken apart by the Asian champions. And they know they have a couple of games in February, but they can look forward to the round of 16. Al Ahly are through then. Al Shorta not yet out, but that may be confirmed tomorrow. For the moment, though, it's finished here. Al Shorta 0, Al Ahly 5.